very much, Eileen. To the President Suva Fiji North Stake, the workshop coordinator, friends and families, the workshop participants, members of the LDS and Lami communities, workshop graduates, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Bolo Vinaka, Namaste, and a very good afternoon to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm always delighted to officiate at events that actually empower individuals to achieve better and also to recognize their talents, to benefit themselves, but most importantly, to benefit their families and their communities. First of all, may I take this opportunity to congratulate the participants of the workshop. For some of you, it may not have been an easy task to commit to the 2 weeks workshop, to reorganize your family schedules and finding babysitters and maybe even bringing your little ones here. And whatever you may have done, just to be here and learn this fantastic art of quilting and patchwork is indeed admirable. And let me remind you, I do know a little bit about it because I used to sleep in them when I was a little child. I'm also grateful to your families for supporting you so far. And at this juncture also I'd like to thank Mrs. Francis, I think I pronounce this Picamel, am I correct? A former Fiji resident from Sydney who has invested her time and her finances and her efforts to such a worthy and initiative cause. Thank you. Thank you, and Vanava leveled Mrs. Picamel for your tremendous and unwavering support. And I'm confident that these women's lives and many who have completed the workshop over the years have been enriched because of an added skill taught to them by a selfless individual like yourself. The Fijian government, ladies and gentlemen, is always supportive of workshops such as these as they empower individuals to become self-reliant and to provide for themselves and their families. These workshops give women and maybe even some men the confidence to start their own business or just giving back to you your self-esteem, which is a great start in life. It's the aim of the government to build a strong and resilient economy, and that is to able to sustain us during tough times, whilst at the same time enabling the grassroots to have a sustainable livelihood and a better standard of living. The ministry also, ladies and gentlemen, has the micro and small medium enterprise programs and support and advice and assistance through many initiatives that we have, such as the Grant Equity Assistance Scheme and the Northern Development Program. And these programs provide each and every Fijian the opportunity to utilize grant assistance and wisely and work hard in terms of running your own business. This is obviously will contribute positively to uplifting our MSME sector of the economy. At the same time, it actually improves the standard of living of our people. And I'm happy to say that the government will continue to focus its development towards this SME sector in the coming years. I've been told that this workshop has been conducted, as mentioned earlier, in Taviuni, in Nandi, and Lautoka, my hometown, and Nakasi, and now Lami, and I'm glad you actually told them in Lautoka to buy their own machines. Over the years, about 400 and 500 women have benefited from this workshop. And the women from Nakasi and Lautoka are now using social media to sell their products. It's also pleasing to note that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints support in providing the venue and offering the women of Lami a place where they not only learn a new skill, but become agents of change within their own communities. On behalf of the Fijian government and the ministry, I take this opportunity also once again to offer my utmost appreciation and gratitude to Mrs. Francis Picamel, the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, and to the brave women participants who committed to completing the workshop. Your efforts obviously have not gone unnoticed, and we applaud you and your families, and I encourage you to take another step further to bettering your lives and that of your families. Ladies and gentlemen, we can achieve more together, as the government obviously cannot do this alone. We need your help, and today's event is a true example of your social responsibilities being fulfilled. We have a vision at the ministry which is a brighter economic future for all, and today you have assisted in bringing the realization of that vision into your homes, and that's where it all begins, first and foremost within the four walls of our homes. It doesn't have to be a huge enterprise or a huge big business that you start. Everything begins at home at a small scale. Take advantage also, ladies, of the initiatives that are out there to better your lives, and come into our office also and speak with our staff and find out what's available that can actually best suit you and your family, so together we can actually create this bigger, brighter economic future. We must not also allow negative remarks or unhealthy criticism and challenges to discredit the hard work done, and we must never lose sight on what little progress we have made together. Having said that, the ministry also is determined to go beyond our means to take our services to a new level, and regardless of the critics, we will continue to pursue this goal with zest, and we will not be deterred in our endeavors to serve the people of Fiji and to the best of our abilities. We'll continue to embark on programs to strategically map out the best way forward to deliver services to the Fijian people and build a strong foundation for a brighter economic future. My presence here today, ladies and gentlemen, is in recognition and appreciation of the great partnership that has been developed between the government and faith-based organizations and NGOs, both locally and internationally, and even with former Fijian residents living abroad. And today's event also cements that partnership and encourages additional support for the benefit of the Fijian people. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you all to continue to work together with your government. We want you to be successful in what you do and what is best for our community and what is best for our children. We are far more united and have far of a lot in common than things that divide us. And I leave you with a quote that says, "Consult not your fears, but your hopes and dreams. And think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled potential. Concern yourself not with what you tried and failed in, but with what is still possible for you to do." Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say something about the hymn that we just sang, the first one. You know, it depicts exactly what I have been taught. As you all may know, that I'm a Muslim. But my teachings from when I was small, it's always, whether it was my grandparents or my parents or even the priest, always said that, and it's a very small line which clearly attaches itself to the hymn that we just sang, that underneath your mother's foot is the steps to heaven. And that I always carry with me. And I'm a firm believer in all that we sang in that hymn just now. And a classic example is that my grandfather, my maternal side, is one person that I know that put all the women in the household at the front of everything. And he made us all realize the value of women in society. So thank you very much. I believe in that, and I hope every man on earth reads that particular hymn every morning and every night before he goes to bed. Thank you very much. Minawalewa.
Salute, Balanarani. Merlita Makani. Racheli Sotia.
Hey, yes, Ito stipple. Yan, masama na stipple.